Hello, my name is Paulahurlock. Welcome to my channel. If you've not yet subscribed, now is a great time to do so as we get ready for the interesting energies that October are going to be bringing to us. Um, it's been a very interesting period. I actually recorded a video yesterday and it came up with no sound. I'm assuming that Spirit was not happy with the message that I brought, and Spirit said, listen, do it over again. Maybe you were being too diplomatic. You need to speak clearly to the people them about what's going on because things are gone. I have to talk in patois because it's on. Okay, it is on. I have to read this Hoppy uh, Blue Star prophecy. It says, many will appear to have lost their souls in these final days. So intense will the nature of the changes be that those that are weak in spiritual awareness will go insane, for we are nothing without spirit. Those are some serious words. And I feel it is very important, very early in October, to share with everyone that things are definitely ramping up. I don't have to tell you, it is so clear. All the things that the conspiracy theorists were talking about, the collapse of the financial system, the crumbling of society as we know it, they are all now in process and they're speeding up. Why? Because close to the end of October, there is a specific portal that opens associated with Halloween, and the powers that were are always going to be working with certain energies to push out some of the diabolic agendas that they have. Okay, so that's going to be happening. Now, it is very important that us, the ones that are focused on heaven on earth, the ones that are focused on the light, the ones that are focused on the love, we have to double up and triple up and quadruple up to stand against what they are pushing towards us. Okay, so that's very important. Things are going to get uncomfortable. There is no question. Not only are things going to get uncomfortable in our day-to-day life, things are going to get uncomfortable at a planetary level because the solar flares are continuing, but they've now been joined by not one, not two comets, not three comets, but 6 comets in our solar system between now and the end of November. So even if there wasn't a rapture in the way that they said it was, there's definitely some stuff going on in the cosmos that would indicate that there is some shift happening. Now, what's gonna happen is that when these bodies, these comets come into our solar system, it exerts, well, it's going to affect our planet's geomagnetics. Yeah. There's going to be push and pull, and there's definitely going to be a lot of earthquakes in the coming weeks, sorry, days, weeks, months. Okay, and they're going to be high magnitude. Now, I want to commend everybody who is watching this because you guys don't even realize that you're holding space and anchoring in light and doing all these meditations all the time, what you've essentially done is that you've created a timeline that has reduced mass casualties. Let me explain. 2025 has had some of the highest magnitude earthquakes since 2010. That's 15 years. So we've had the highest quantity of high magnitude earthquakes in 15 years in this year. And we have not had mass casualties. Yes, we've had some deaths, but not the mass casualties that you would associate with high magnitude earthquakes. So it means that our affirmations for peace and prosperity and protection of humanity is working. And so we have to keep it up. Okay? Now, one of the main reasons why I thought it was necessary to do this video is to, encourage those who have not already joined the Heaven on Earth community to join it. And I am leaving. I am leaving social media very soon. I'll be on YouTube, but I will not be posting public videos as much as I used to. I'm literally going underground, and I'm going underground with good reason. We all know what has happened with Palantir, what has happened in terms of how they're monitoring, and not just monitoring what we're sharing, what we're doing, what we're thinking, what we're writing, but they're now influencing what we see. And so we don't even realize how much we've been influenced. We think, oh, we've created our algorithms and the algorithms are showing us what we want to see. No, it's showing us what they want us to see. And I realize that a lot of the people that are on Instagram, especially, are looping big time. They are not even aware that they're looping. They are searching for the truth, but in searching for the truth, they are just searching and searching and searching and moving on to the next and the next and the next and the next. And they're not consolidating and pulling it all together, connecting the dots, and then rising in, in knowledge and understanding. They're just looking for the next and the next and the next. It's a programming. It's what the 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 the, the software or the platform is teaching people to do. Okay? Then now the content creators are looping as well. They're just depending on AI to generate content for them. And so they are hardly tapping in to spirit to get their downloads. They're literally getting downloads from AI. No, I'm not knocking AI. And there are a whole bunch of people that think that AI is spirit and is God talking to them. See, this is how distorted everything is right now. And so the longer we stay in social media in its current form, is the more distorted our views are going to be. We're not going to be able to tell the truth from the distortion very soon. So I'm going underground. Underground. I'm going to be using YouTube because I really don't know how to use the other Patreon and all of the other ones that they created. But essentially, we started our Heaven on Earth community in June. And in 4 months, let me tell you guys, everybody in the group is getting massive breakthroughs. And I can't even say it's anything that I've done. I think what it is that because we're together in a very intimate setting, we gather once per week with a special theme in mind, and we're doing a lot of meditation, we're doing a lot of clearing, we do some shadow work, and we do some light work. Okay, but everybody has committed to doing their own work We're not setting up a situation of dependency either, because I am not for that. And I'm not for saying I'm the leader and you must follow me. I'm not for that. I just assist persons in seeing what path they need to take to give them the greatest clarity and to remove all the trauma so that the gifts that are there are able to rise to the surface so that they can be utilized. And let me tell you something. In our group, I swear we now have some water benders and air benders in there, okay? People that are capable of turning back hurricanes and storms and so on. They are now discovering themselves. They didn't know. We didn't know either. So this last 4 months have been a huge learning process for all of us. And I just really want to encourage more people to come in to this community, because what is very clear is that the times ahead will require us to be working with each other in community. In community. Some people have different gifts. There's a gentleman in Kingston now that literally is able to hear when an earthquake is about to happen, not just on our island, but globally. Of course, I'm working with him. I'm very interested. I call it my human earthquake detector, right? But these are the kinds of things that we want to be pulling together a group to be able to do. Okay? So I'm encouraging anyone who is listening to this who receives the transmission, and my transmission is something that you hear with your spirit. Okay? This is not a scenario where I just want to get a whole big group of people together for no reason. It is going to practically be the difference between whether we survive or whether we thrive. We're putting together a group that is going to be able to assist people that are in distress in coming weeks, months. Because what has happened is that we have a whole bunch of people on the planet, and some people's priorities continue to be chasing the bag or being seen or building up their portfolio. And there's going to come a time when portfolios will not matter. It will be your ability to regulate your nervous system, to remain calm, to think on your feet, and to be guided by spirit, where to be, where to go, and when to stay put. It's going to boil down to that. And those people whose priorities were material are not going to do very well in this time when we are required to tap into the spiritual. Okay? The guidance is coming through, and the guidance is coming through stronger as we meditate together weekly, right? So, again, I'm inviting you all to join. My website is Paulahurlock.live, and when you go to the website, you will be able to sign up, and then we do our thing offline. Okay. I also want to encourage everyone to not just be meditating. You need to move your body, and move your body intelligently. You need to keep all your meridians clear, your body fit, strong, flexible, and light. So be eating the fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Eat light, right? Cut out all the chemicals and all the processed food, and really start to take care of your stamina. You may need your stamina. in the next couple of weeks, months, years. So start training your body. Again, this is something I repeated time and time again. If you feel to travel, to leave where you are, do so. There's some people who are going to be just fine where they are, right? Because they've set up their energy field and they're able to extend it outwards. Just like the exercise that I shared back in August. Some people are using it and they're actually seeing serious results in terms of weather and phenomena happening around them. There's flooding happening and their neighborhood and their house is completely safe. So continue to practice strengthening your biofield and extending your biofield further and further and further outward. Do that practice all the time to keep yourself safe. We are in the moment of transition. It means that some of us are going to be stuck in 3D and some of us are going to be enjoying a 4D, 5D reality. So some of the disasters and the mass casualty events that might happen may be happening right there and you're going to be right here and it's not going to affect you. Okay? That can only happen if you settle down and focus and do certain practices where you are completely clearing yourself of the traumas, of your self-doubt, of your fears, and of the past. Let go of those things of the past and be very present because we need to be very present right now to be able to survive what is coming. Okay? Just get ready. Where you can stockpile food, do it. Where you can get together with other friends and come up with a plan, do that. If you can join some friends in some off-grid locations now, do that, right? But cities are not going to be very safe in this next dispensation. Cities will not be very safe. Why? Because cities are food deserts. Cities don't grow food and require you to have to go to the supermarket to get fresh foods or water. And eventually you're going to be in a situation where you're going to have to be trying to decide whether you want to spend your money on buying gas to go for food or walking to get the food. So, ruling out spending money on gas. It's going to be like that, guys. So think very carefully about where you want to be and have a plan. Have a plan, especially to the persons in North America, Canada, and Europe. In other words, the developed countries. The third world and underdeveloped countries, we stand a little better chance because we're underdeveloped. So we're a little closer to nature. I mean, it doesn't rule us out because there's still natural disasters, right? Now, I'm giving all of these warnings not to create fear, but just for you to be thinking in this mode. But the truth is, we are here to create heaven on earth. So we are aware of those things, we prepare for those eventualities, but we focus and we think about creating heaven on earth all the time. So as much as you hear me warning you and telling you this and telling you that, I do it, and then I'm like, okay, we're back to the business of creating heaven on earth right now. Okay, it means we're going to do our meditations. We're going to be focusing on peace, prosperity, and protection for all of humanity. We're going to be focusing on peace, not war. No matter what they are doing, we are still at peace. Create peace where you are. Create protection wherever you are for your family, for your friends. Yeah, get yourselves into communities where you are locally. Like-minded people get together and come up with a plan that is conducive to creating the heaven on earth. It is not a figment of our imagination anymore. We've already shifted the dynamics so that all the mad scrambling that you see happening with institutions being locked down and governments being locked down and wars getting ready to happen, that's just because we have done so much work that they realize that if they don't push hard, they are going to lose. So all that means is that we need to push a little harder. More time in meditation, more time in silence, more time visualizing and anchoring in light, more time gathered together with like-minded individuals focused on the reality that you want. Okay? So we observe, but we do not absorb. I don't want anybody to be saying, oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't watch the news. You need to watch the news so you can have some idea of what the timelines look like and you can make the necessary arrangements to ensure that you are safe. Okay? So you observe it, but you don't absorb it. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is they keep talking about Project Blue Beam, and I'm like, whatever. And I've been ignoring it. But today, when I was scrolling through my socials, I saw a big monster like thing with folded arms. It looked like a cloud, and it looked like almost like a genie. And people were like, wow, wow, it's not AI, it's real. Guys, they're going to be projecting a lot of stuff up there and it's going to look real. You need to have enough discernment to know what's real from what's fake. Now, they've already been telling us for the last 4 years that there is a project there in place, ready to be rolled out, that is going to be projecting massive objects in the heavens and getting everybody running scared. So, please, don't be like those people who are looking up in the sky waiting for the rapture. Do not be like a group of people looking up and saying, hey, those spaceships have arrived and they're coming to rescue us. Let's go up. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The shift and the rescuing is going to come from your connection with divine source. You are the one that you've been waiting for, literally. Okay? So pay attention to what is happening. Use your intuition and don't fall prey to the distortions that they are going to utilize to trick the masses. You are not the masses, by the way. I know I'm not talking to the masses. I'm talking to a very specific set of people. All right. So that's it for me for October. If anything else dramatic happens, I will be sure to pop on. Right. A lot of people have been ordering up their teas. Guys, you don't have to order the tea if you don't want to. Go back and look at my video where I talked about the teas and order those teas individually and put them together yourself, right? But you guys, you need to be doing something to boost your immune system. All sorts of things are going to be happening now. They're going to be spraying, they're going to be um, doing all sorts of things, and you need to be strong. We're also going into winter, it's going to get cold. There's still the possibilities of a lockdown of the power grid. Put the necessary things in place physically and make sure that your body is prepared for what is coming. Get yourself strong physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It is critical. Let us keep in touch.